you're already familiar with the color coding matrix. I am now here to walk you through the team member check in sheet, which is part of our check in system whenever there's a calamity happening in whichever location your team members are in. Let's begin with the information section of the team member check in sheet. In here, you will see the name of the calamity. Is it a hurricane? Is it a typhoon? Is it an earthquake? You'll and what if so? What is the name? For example, in the Philippines, we can have Typhoon Yolanda. You'll see that on here. Of course, we also have location. Where do we expect the calamity to hit, and in what specific area? For example, if it were to happen in Mexico, is it happening in Merida, Yucatan? Is it happening in a specific state, or is it happening in Mexico City? This is the section where you will find that information. Up next is the period. From what date to what date will this calamity occur or happen? For example, if we're expecting it to land by Monday through Tuesday, you will see that here. And then lastly, on the information section, there's a color code drop down. And this color code drop down dictates the number of check in required, as you should already be aware of, depending on the intensity of the calamity. If it were yellow, you'll check in once. If it were orange, every 12 hours. If it were red, every 6 hours. And if it's black, we check in once. Now that we've covered the information section of the check in sheet, let's go through the team member information. Our HSE team normally provides the names of individuals that are potentially impacted by said calamity. And in here, you will find the name of the team member, the division that they belong in, the department that they belong in, and who their direct manager or who do they report to. If you are a team member, or if you are a team manager managing a team member, you can easily filter the names of this section reports to find your name so you can see which team members are potentially impacted by the calamity, the city that the team member is in, their contact number, and the type. Now, the type dictates if this were a required check in or if it were encouraged. But then again, at Boulder, of course, our main priority is to ensure that our team members are safe. So, whether they are required or encouraged, we still encourage you to please check in with them and make sure that they are completely safe from the calamity. Now, let's dig into the check in filters or the check in section. Once our HSE or our office operations team will help us populate the check in times and dates. So once we've identified the color code of the calamity, they will be telling us how many check-ins there are and by what time. Of course, there is a local time and local date of when it's expected to impact or occur, but because we're working off of different time zones, we're also placing the time in Eastern time, so it's easier for us to kind of convert in whichever part of the world you are in. Now, take for example, we have a team member. I will place my name as an example, and let's say there's information on here. Let's go through each of the columns that are required for you to fill out. First, you will click this button if you've already sent a message to the team member to check in. So, if for example, I am going to check on Ina, have I sent the information? Yes. Then we click this item. Now, did they respond? If not, you can't fill this out yet. But if they have, let's click made contact with team member. What are the information or the pieces of questions that you are going to ask your team member? First, are they safe? Then you fill it out. Yes, I'm safe. Do they have power and internet? Yes. If the team member says yes, you fill that out. Can you work through the shift? Yes, you click that. Is there assistance needed? No, the team member is completely safe. Then great. It's good to hear there's nothing required of the team member or from you to make sure that they are safe. Next, what if you've already reached out to the team member and they said, I'm actually not safe? Well, the first thing that you need to do is plug this note and it will populate with a red line item so it can easily catch the attention of our office operations team. And the remarks, make sure that you type in need of rescue, for example. This way, our team can immediately reach out to the team member. Same goes for power and internet. It will show up and light up. Can work through shift? No. And assistance needed? Yes, it will all light up. That's the check in sheet. If you have questions, let us know. Bye.